Welcome to KGW News at 5. I'm Christine Pedawanich. Tonight, we start with new video of a car chase in Washington County from overnight. The car, it turns out, was stolen. Investigators say around 1 a.m. on Saturday, deputies tried to make a traffic stop near Southwest 185th Avenue and Southwest Tualatin Valley Highway in Aloha. Deputies say the person was driving recklessly and almost hit two other cars. But then the driver ended up speeding off and deputies chased him. You can see a little bit of a struggle there right on your screen. During the chase, the driver apparently crashed into a fence, got out of the car, tried to run, and that is when deputies caught up with him. Then found three more people in the car. Authorities ran the car's plates and realized it was reported stolen. Right now, the driver is in the Washington County Jail. Now let's talk about the heat. Temperatures right now approaching 100 degrees. Counties and cities in the area are once again opening cooling shelters for people who need a place to wait out the worst of this heat. Christelle Kumwe joins us live now from Gresham at the Sunrise Cooling Center there. Good evening, Christelle.
Yes, Christine, and you can see they have a misting station right outside to try to keep people cool. And once you step inside, they have air conditioning, snacks, and water. I spoke to a couple who lives on the streets, and they tell me if it wasn't for this cooling center being open, they would have been outside in this dangerous heat.
I'm very grateful, because there's not a lot of places that will open their doors to a lot of people.
They offer the things that we need the most, that our bodies use the most, and which is really important. So we're very grateful, like I said, for that. They're the true heroes.
Nonprofit Cultivate Initiatives teamed up with Multnomah County to open this cooling center. Now, it will close tonight at 10 p.m. and as of right now, they have no plans to open one tomorrow, but all that could change depending on the weather. Now, if you are interested in potentially escaping the heat, you can call 211 for more information. We also have more information about cooling centers and libraries on our website at kgw.com. Christine?
Okay, thank you, Christelle. All very important information. Gosh, this heat really doesn't want to let up. I was excited about the cooler temps leading up to today, and now, bam, back to talking about the heat.
There's a few locations around the metro area that are looking at temperatures right around 100 degrees. I think we do see 100, maybe 101 in a few spots by the end of this afternoon. Now, here's a live look now showing what we're looking at over on the east side of town. Temperature of 99 degrees. Notice the humidity levels down to 18%. It's very dry out there. Now, there's no red flag warning throughout parts of the metro area, but there will be a heat advisory that will stay in effect throughout a good part of tomorrow. As we look at temperatures currently right now, right around the upper 90s to about 100 degrees over in Scappoose, 95 in Boring and Troutdale. You're seeing a temperature of 99 along the east side of the state, just as warm. In fact, it's just a little bit cooler in a few spots. Pendleton is 97 over in Baker City, temperature of 91 degrees. And Salem, you're seeing a temperature right now of 100 degrees. So as we head into the morning hours tomorrow, our temperatures really don't cool off a whole lot, right around the upper 60s to low 70s. So again, we're not going to be getting much of an opportunity to cool things off, but tomorrow is going to be the last day of the heat. As we look at tomorrow morning, right around 4:15, 5 in the morning, we'll be seeing temperatures about 68 to 70 degrees. By the time you head out on your morning commute, it's going to be warm, right around the low 70s. And I'm forecasting daytime highs tomorrow getting into the mid to the upper 90s. So again, this is our third heat wave so far this summer. And as we look back to the two others, June 25th through the 27th, we saw temperatures in the low to the upper 90s. Of course, the last one was a long stretch with temperatures over a 7-day stretch right around 92 to 102 degrees. Of course, that 102 is the warmest day we've seen so far. And this is what I'm expecting for tomorrow. Daytime high tomorrow of 96 degrees. And because of that heat, Christine, we are going to be under that heat advisory through tomorrow night. And then we'll start to see much cooler temperatures heading into a good part of the work week. I'll talk more about that in a few minutes.
Thanks, Joe.
Oh, I'm so grateful. Very emotional.
A Gresham man's antique pickup truck was stolen overnight. It is the second time it's been taken right out of his driveway. Police found it this morning, but as Blair Best reports, the pickup is more than just an old truck.
From its paint job to the make.
Had it all my adult life.
To some, this 1974 Datsun pickup is just a regular old truck. But to Jesse Christensen, it's much more.
It's my family. Because it belonged to my dad.
Every scratch, Every dent tells the story of the years Jesse and his father spent in the truck working as a team.
It's my dad. We built houses with this.
I remember my dad coming to pick up me and my friends from the park after playing in the water, and we rode in the back of the truck.
But 3 years ago, the story of this beloved truck took a turn.
It got stolen out here 3 years ago.
Police found it about a month later at a nearby homeless camp, but it was seriously damaged.
Oh, they tore the hood off of it. They painted it all black, like having my dad ran over by it.
Jesse spent the past 3 years repairing it.
I just now got everything put back into where I could start it and drive it.
But last night, the unthinkable happened.
Took it again.
He noticed it missing at 6 this morning. This time, his daughter knew just what to do.
We had to act fast. So I got up, grabbed my laptop, and I started looking up how do we report it.
A few hours later, police found it parked outside a local hospital in the area.
He asked me if I said goodbye to my truck yet. And I said, yeah, pretty much. And he goes, well, I'm standing right next to it. I lost it.
I had a good cathartic cry when we found it. We both did.
Call it fate or good luck, but this old truck somehow manages to keep making its way back home.
Something else out there, heck, even my grandfather was probably helping. You may see a fun little thing to take on a joyride, but this is family. It's very important to us.
Well, thankfully, this time the truck isn't damaged, but about $500 worth of his tools were stolen from the back. Now, Jesse bought a steering wheel lock and was installing it this morning and plans to install more security measures in hopes that it's never stolen again. Christine.
Blair, what a story. We're hoping for the same. Thank you. Okay, now to something a whole lot of people are talking about right now. We're talking monkeypox. Cases have been reported in both Oregon and Washington. Here's the breakdown. You're looking at a map that's tracking cases across the U.S. At last check, the U.S. has reported 6,000 cases since the beginning of May. Of that, Oregon has 80 cases. Washington has about 100 more with 175 cases. Now, the virus is transmitted primarily through close physical contact.
This is a community issue, but right now our cases are in this community and we need to respond to that.
Now let's take a closer look at Washington. Seattle held its first monkeypox vaccine pop-up clinic on Saturday. But during the opening day, well, the clinic ran out of shots. An event organizer says they ran out simply because there just aren't enough.
There is a lot of demand and just not a lot of supply.
The vaccine was only available to people at the highest risk of exposure. Health officials, though, want to make clear that while monkeypox is disproportionately impacting the LGBTQ+ community, anyone can get the virus. In response to monkeypox concerns, the White House assigned a coordinator to handle the country's outbreak. That includes more testing and distributing of vaccines in high-risk areas. Casey Decker with our National Verified team found out who's eligible for a shot and whether kids can get it.
More than 5,000 people in the United States have gotten monkeypox, but almost none of them have been children. There are vaccines, but as viral posts have pointed out, health departments are severely limiting who they'll give them out to. And while there is no evidence yet to suggest the current outbreak in the U.S. is more severe in children, some other posts say that has historically been the case with past outbreaks of the disease. So with the first American cases in kids confirmed in recent weeks and the school year on the way, some parents are wondering if there are protective measures they can take. So let's verify. Are children eligible for the monkeypox vaccine? Our sources, the CDC, several major city and state health departments, and Allison Messina, the chief of the Infectious Diseases Division at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. There are currently 2 monkeypox vaccines available in the U.S., but there isn't a lot of supply of either, and so local health departments are only giving it to those most at risk. Right now, that means men who have sex with men, since they make up the bulk of cases so far. And even within that group, it can be difficult to get the shot as a preventative measure. With few exceptions, health departments are only giving it to people who have been directly exposed to the virus. But if you have been exposed, no matter who you are, you could be eligible for the shot, and that includes children. The CDC told Verified, quote, "Children and adolescents with exposure to people with suspected or confirmed monkeypox may be eligible for post-exposure vaccination." Dr. Allison Messina says the current eligibility requirements make sense, given that the disease is so far spreading mostly within specific adult groups.
Right now, there's not a big push to provide routine vaccinations for monkeypox for children. Now, that may change if it continues to spread.
So we can verify no, children are not currently eligible for the monkeypox vaccine unless they have been directly exposed to the virus. And right now, one of the 2 vaccines is FDA approved only for adults. With your Verify, I'm Casey Decker.